So yes, part two of As History Would Have It. You see the guy on the floor. It's a man. It's a living being. It's a creature. It's somebody who has been created, part of creation, universal us. But the fact that his skin, his characteristics, his hair that defies gravity, skin that absorbs the sun a little better than others that don't have it, or who are less fortunate, who have issues with the sun and skin and hair and things. All these different characteristics we should not, or we don't have to allow them to use, or to allow them to condition us to use against not only others but ourselves. Because when I belittle you, I recognize that I had to first be that little. Putting you down to stand on your back so I can peer over the fence of my own reality, that's sad, because I should be able to already see. So many of us have sight, but the worst thing than being blind is having sight and no vision. Constantly being led towards a collision. It's like you've been told this is taking place, and then they bring on a talking head or some expert on the subject, and they say, yes, this has been and the way it's been, and there's going to be another insurgent or insurrection of that. Listen, all you need is to stop devaluing people, and then you'll have less people believing that they're so superior or so supreme that they have a right to uphold only theirs and frown upon others who also have a dream. When you allow people to behave with such bestial behaviors, and then that's a sign that there's no legislature in order to keep these savage behaving individuals who devalue innocent people, humans, other humans. We're all humans, yes, different strains, but we're all, the strains are just how much beast, savage genome, that the percentage of how much is in us. We all have it in us. Some of us have more. But if you see someone on the ground upon whom you were taught or conditioned to frown, don't do that. You have to be aware of the fact you're the only lifeline that's around for this gentleman on the ground at the time that he's on the ground. So let's stop devaluing each other. Forget those books you read when they led you to history and made you think that you were up here so high that you could devalue me. It's not your fault. But if you follow through and condition your loved ones and others with this that you've been conditioned with too, then that's like, yeah, default. And default's your fault. You're not taking care of the fact that this should have been nipped in the bud. You know better. You know better. You know it hurts to cut someone. You know it hurts when it goes in deep. You know words can be like a sword against the skin. You know it. It's happened to you, and you've done it to others again and again. We have to stop the devaluing. Stop the hate. Pick up a plate and fill it with love in order to share it with others, not just to own, control, because we own nothing and we control nothing except our attitude and our behaviors, which is our actions and our thinking. Actually, we don't even control our thinking. We control how we entertain our thinking sometimes, depending on how well connected we are with ourselves. You want to be happy, man. Let what you say, think, and do all be harmonized, all be in sync. And yes, if what you say and what you think is what you do, you good. You have peace within yourself, then there's nothing but peace out here. You don't have to see what's in the sea, because if you're a ship in the sea, so long as you don't let all that ocean water or that sea water get in your ship, you can be above it. can float. All you have to do is no longer fear the storm, since you've learned how to navigate your way through so many. Let's stop devaluing each other, man. Let's get together, guys. Let's be nice to each other. Forget that it's 2021. Listen, I live my life in days. No more. Now I live my days as lives. I've lived my life in days. And each day was all the same. Just different stuff happened. But it began, I went to it, and it ended. Same thing over and over. And that's okay. So now I'm living my days as lives. Each minute, each second, and each second to each minute. It all matters. Now is the most important thing. Not the year, not the date, the moment. The actual now. Presence. Alright, cool, guys. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Forget about all that negativity out there. It's gonna be alright. You ain't got the hate. You can navigate that hate. You can create with that hate. You can take that hate and create something wonderful with it. It's not what you're looking at. It's what you see. I see, you see, and when I see what you see, the space between us will what? Disappear. Whether I know what you did, like I did, in order that you did what I've done. To see what you've seen, if that's what I've seen too. Peace, guys. That's enough.